Hey, welcome into ShopFix. My name is Connor, and in this video, I'm going to be detailing the process that I use in my wood shop to break down large panels. Let's get right into this. Now, before you can begin breaking down any panels in your shop, you're going to want to get some tools. And I highly recommend the WEN track saw and guides. I've been utilizing them for over a year now, and I've built a whole miter saw station and this workstation, and it still functions like new out of the box. So I haven't had any issues. And so let's break down the specs of this model. So this is the 10 amp corded motor model, and I actually like that it's corded. I would hate for this to run into batteries when I'm ripping down a bunch of panels. So corded works for me, and I actually have an attachment on the ceiling that I bring down to plug it in. So I'll show you that a little bit later in this video. So this is the 6.5-inch plunge cut blade, and I was actually shocked when I unboxed it and got it out. I just found it to be incredible, especially at the price point. So the cut capacity of the track saw at 90 degrees is 2 1/3, and then at 45 degrees, it's 1 5/8. Those cutting capacities are for utilizing it just with the track saw alone. So once you put it on the track saw guides, it reduces that cutting capacity about 1/4 of an inch. Now, as far as the safety goes, a track saw is actually way more safe than utilizing a table saw or any other circular saw model for ripping large sheet goods. The kickback is rare with a plunge cut style saw, and even if it does catch a little bit, you're not going to get that jerk back reaction. Everything's clamped down, the track saw is heavy, so I would say as far as safety for a beginner or just in general, it's a top-notch choice. I think dust collection is one of the most important factors in deciding what tools and machines to get. So the Centex system comes in different lengths. I'm utilizing the 16-foot kit, and I found that to be long enough to reach anywhere in my shop. And the kit comes with a bunch of different adapters, and I haven't found anything that it can't fit on. So because it comes with a bunch of adapters, I just keep this adapter that fits on the WEN track saw on there at all times. So it's just already set up for dust collection. And then when I'm ready, all I have to do is take this, push the tabs in, and clip it right on. And then I'm ready to collect the dust. Last but certainly not least, I'll be utilizing the SpeTool track saw square. And this attaches on the underside of your track saw guides and enables you to cut the ends of your plywood panels at a perfect 90 degrees. So I'll be showing you how to utilize that in this video. All right, now it's time to get the workstation set up. So I'll be utilizing the entire surface here and also a little bit of the surface area of the table saw to give me that full cutting capacity. Now, you don't want to just lay the plywood directly on whatever surface you're working on because the saw has to plunge cut through, and so whatever's underneath there is going to get cut. Now, a lot of people utilize rigid foam insulation, and that seems to be a great option. However, I prefer using solid wood. I can get so many repeatable cuts out of this and utilize it for other purposes. So this is a big sheet of particle board, and I usually just rip them in half or get them cut down to the size of my workstation, and that way I can store them in the shop. They're easy to handle and throw on the workstation when I need to utilize them. So let's get them up here. All right, now it's time to get the track saw guide set. And since we're going to be breaking down an 8-foot long panel, we're going to be utilizing both track saw guides, so we'll need to attach them together. These track saw guides are really easy to connect together. First, you'll just want to align them on a flat surface and then take these bars and slide them through. And you want to position half of the bar on either side. Once you have it aligned, you'll lightly tighten it with the Allen key with these set screws. And then flip it to the back side. And repeat the process, slide the bar over. If you over tighten, you might get a little bit of misalignment sometimes. So you don't have to crank them down. All right, now that the track saw guides are set up, we need to measure and mark our line. So we'll move that out of the way. And I'm gonna measure for 16 inches, just like that. And I'll do the same thing on the other side. I also like taking a square and making that line a little bit bigger. But you don't need to go the whole length. Just make a line at the end. All right, we pretty much got everything set up now. We got our cut line marked, and we need to position the track saw guides to that line and clamp it down. And to clamp it, I like utilizing the track saw guide clamps. These are by PowerTech. Great model, budget friendly, and they fit in the slot perfectly. I think these are universal as well, so if you have a different type of track saw guide, they'll still work. So we slide it right in there, and then since it's overhanging the boards, we just need to put the same thickness at the end here so it doesn't pull it down. Okay, so now I need to get the track saw guides aligned to the line we marked out. So we'll move it right up to the line to where the rubber touches the line. We'll go on the other side and do the same thing. There we go. Double check this side again. All right, that's looking good. Then we'll go ahead and clamp it down. And you don't need a whole lot of pressure. Now that the track saw guides are set, we'll go ahead and set up our track saw. And the main thing here is setting the depth of the plunge. So that's where this mechanism comes in play. You're going to want to keep the tab up, which accounts for the track saw guide. If you're not using the guides, you'll just set that tab down. But we're going to put the tab up, and then you simply press this button with the saw unplugged to disengage it, and that's going to lower it. Then you can measure it on the side of the board. Make sure it goes about 1/8 of an inch in, and then all you have to do is raise your depth stop up and tighten it down. And now we put the tab down, and that takes into account the extra height of the track saw guide. So now we're set up for the correct plunge. To mount the track saw, you want the blade positioned on the rubber side, and you'll take it and just pop it down right on that ledge. Now it won't go down right at once. What you have to do is you have to release this knob right here. It's the second one from the back, and that's gonna pop it down. Now, to lock the saw onto the track saw guide, that's what this knob is for. So you'll just pop it up, spin it over, and now it can't go off of the track saw guide. So that's good for safety. Now all I have to do is clip in the hose to the Centec adapter, and now I'm ready to collect the dust. To power the track saw and all other power tools in my workshop, I use this ceiling mounted retractable plug. And so all I have to do is pull it out and it locks in place, and then when I'm done using it, it just retracts right back. So that's been super helpful. So I need to utilize the track saw, so I just pull it down, let it lock, plug in the track saw, and now we have power. So now we got the track saw guides set to the cut line. We have our hose set up for dust collection. We got our power source, and now we just need some safety glasses, and we're ready to cut this thing out. To remove the track saw after you make your cut, you'll undo this mechanism by pulling it up and back to 0. And then you'll want to engage this mechanism, and then it pops right off. All right, now we got our board ripped to the right size with the track saw. And I can tell you the cut quality is phenomenal. On this board, there's no splintering, no tear out. If you set the depth right and use that solid wood backer, you're gonna get clean cuts. When breaking down large panels, squaring off the ends is super important because a lot of these plywood panels coming from the big box stores don't have perfectly 90-degree ends. And so that's where the SpeTool track saw square comes in handy. And it actually mounts to the underside of your track saw guide. So you flip it around and then loosen these knobs on the back side. That's going to loosen this mechanism. that slides right into the groove. Once you have that slid in, then tighten the knobs down. Then lock it in place with this cam lever. And you're set up for perfect 90-degree cuts. Another really cool feature of the SpeTool track saw square is that it's engineered under a 3/4 thickness. So if you have a plywood panel on a backer board like this, and you're moving this track saw square around, well, it fits perfectly between the space of the top of the plywood panel and the backer board. And so you have no interference issues, and I really like that. Now I just need to position the guide where I want to square off the end, and then we're going to clamp it down. There is numerous ways to clamp this down, but for this length of board, I'll take an F-style clamp and just clamp it from the back. You can also utilize clamps underneath your track saw guides too. Then we'll take our track saw and position it right on, utilizing these mechanisms to set it in place and lock it. Now we're ready to cut. All right, so without any measuring and just using the SpeTool square, I got a perfect 90-degree edge all the way across. All right, and then we'll check for squareness. Good to go. Well, that's the whole process on how you can break down your own panels and get them square on all 4 sides in your own wood shop. That was a lot of fun to make, and I really hope you enjoyed it and learned a lot. If you want to utilize any of the tools that I have, you can easily find them in the description below. I've linked them all so you can easily click and go find them. But other than that, I really wish you the best of luck with your future woodworking projects. If you have any questions about anything I've discussed with this track saw method or any of the techniques I've shown, please shoot me a comment and I'll get right back to you. Well, take care. See you next time.